Updates, updates, updates. That's what to expect today. I made a video talking about my experience with adult diagnosis for ADHD and autism about a month ago, and I made a video detailing my challenges and goals for 2020 in January. Now obviously a lot has changed in the world since January, and I did say in my diagnosis video that there was still a lot of the journey ahead. So that's what this video is about. Maybe we'll find out something. But for now I'm waiting. Just waiting. I'm not good at waiting. In January, I set myself 20 goals for 2020. Right now, I've completed this. I'm on track with these. I'm a little behind, but could probably still catch these. And these I'm either changing or doubt I'm gonna make. We're in a global pandemic, of course. My future sight wasn't as good as I always thought it would be. So, breaking them down more specifically. I wanted to do a class in a new skill, and I started a circus class! It was cancelled before the end of the run, but I attended every single session before it was cancelled, and, you know, it was like 3/4 of the way done. I'm counting it, I don't care, I'm very proud of myself, and it was super fun! I would keep doing circus, outside of these, adjective times. Now, I am on track with the following. Firstly, to hang out with 20 friends. I am counting internet-based Zoom catch-ups nowadays, but I am overshooting my goals. I think I needed 6 or 7 friends by this point in the year to be, like, on track, and I've hung out with 9? Like, individual friends or, like, groups of friends that have not replicated, like, there haven't been repeat people in those groups. It's like people from work, my D&D group, there's no crossover there, so I'm counting it as one friend. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. For the 3 paid facilitation or speaking gigs, I should have done 1 by this point in the year. I got to facilitate a youth drama class for like a whole month, a month and a half, and it was awesome. So yeah, I'm definitely counting that as on track. Next up, 12 original songs. You can check out how on track I am with this goal by looking at my playlist. Like, all of the songs are there. I was meant to have 4 and I've done 6 because I managed to have the Trans Day of Visibility event, so I did an extra 2 songs for that. So I'm well ahead. Definitely on track to have 12 original songs on the internet by the end of the year. Similar thing goes for my short films, except I'm not ahead, I'm just exactly on par. It's pretty hard to get ahead on short films. There's a lot of planning and production time and editing time that goes into those. So I think I'm just, you know, gonna keep being on track, but I'm very proud that I've been able to take the massive task of a short film every month, 2 of which have been in sort of restricted, like COVID restricted times, so I'm very happy and proud of myself for that. Then there's the 300 days of Duolingo. I am ahead. I think I needed to be at 104 by this point, and I just hit 115-day streak, or maybe 116. It's exciting, but I'm doing well. And then I wanted to hold a reading of a play or a screenplay. As far as I'm concerned, this one has 3 parts. Number 1, write the thing. Number 2, make the thing not shit. And number 3, share it with people. I've done part 1, and I've got the rest of the year to do 2 and 3, and I definitely believe in myself. The sudden lighting change, for those of you who are concerned, is because I was filming with natural light and the sun went down. Here's where I'll have to put in some work. To meet my 12 paid arts gig goal, I should have done 4 gigs by now. I've done 3, so pretty close. It's exactly where I was with my 12 paid performance gig goal last year, and I overshot that. I would say I'm confident I'd be in the same boat this year, although COVID things make things a bit harder. Like, who knows if there will be paid arts gigs around. I'm trying, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. My 175 hours of writing I am behind on, but I'm not super behind. I'm like 16 and a half hours behind where I should be, and I came back from like triple the deficit last year, so I'm pretty confident I've got this one in the bag. Another easy one to get right back into, my goal to back up my writing 12 times. I should have done it 4 times by now. I've done it twice. It's an easy thing to do. I'm sure I can do it another 2 times throughout, even this month, but maybe spread it out a bit, even it out. And yeah. Getting a bit more difficult, but still. One of my challenges was to read 20 books. Now, I think I should have done 7 books by now to be on track with that. I've read none. I'm in quarantine. Now's the perfect time to get my reading on. But unfortunately, brain go no. I have reader's block. Is that a thing? I feel like it's a thing. I definitely know writer's block is a thing. I've experienced that many times too, but yeah, no, I used to read a book a day. What's happening? What's happening, brain? What are you doing? Hopefully I snap out of this one. But if there was going to be a time where I could just whoosh, power through a bunch of books, it would be in lockdown. Same thing goes for my finish 20 seasons of TV goal. I've done 1 of 7, so a bit further along than my book reading goal, but again, it's watching television, Artemis. You're in isolation. What the heck? You can do it. Come on. It's not that hard. You can watch TV in isolation. I believe in you. Yeah. I'll get this. I will. And here's one I'm a bit scared of, but I'm not giving up on yet. Submit a film to a film festival. Now, I don't have access to actors or a crew at the moment because I'm in like super isolation. My mother's really high risk, and we've decided that the only human contact we're going to be is when groceries are dropped off, and even then it's like, keep a distance, we wipe everything down, like we're not interacting with people, and that's a choice. It's a choice done for a very deliberate safety reason, but it means that I'm not going to have the resources I normally have to make a short film, and the idea was to submit one to a film festival. Now, I can still do that, even if it's one I'm making all by myself, like I made Green all by myself. And I'm very proud of that short, but I don't know, I feel like I have higher standards for myself. I'm either going to have to lower the standards a bit or hope that quarantine ends in a period of time that allows me enough time to make something I'm really proud of to submit to a festival. Fingers crossed. Yeah. My smile muscles work. Now, here's where I don't quite think I'm gonna make it. I had a goal to try 20 new foods I'd never tried before. Now, I'm living in isolation, yes, but also in a regional area where a lot of places don't deliver. We have someone picking up groceries for us, but the willingness of her to go to specialist grocery stores just so I can do a challenge for myself, not for any necessity or anything in particular, I don't know how likely that is. So I'm kind of thinking this one will only be possible if lockdown ends and I can like throw me a like feed arty weird things party. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Either way, I'm okay if this doesn't happen, but it was a nice idea. Now, visiting 20 towns I've never been to before. Oh, yeah, I thought I had this one in the bag. It'll be helped by the fact that I'm planning some overseas travel.
overseas travel.
Definitely high chance of me encountering places I've never been to before, but yeah, no. I was a bit foolish. But yeah, I don't drive. It's lockdown. Maybe it'll happen. It's possible it won't. Direct a show. I did want to do this. I still really want to do this, but theatres are closed everywhere. I really think to rehearse a play properly, you have to be in a physical space together, and usually with physical contact, at least to a degree, negotiated obviously between your performers. Even if we were able to manage to get a rehearsal room running post-COVID, I don't know how likely it would be for me to get a space to perform it in, considering the bulk of events that were already scheduled for this part of the year and the couple of months preceding that will now automatically be pushed into those slots. I think this one might have to be a goal for a future year. I definitely still want to direct plays. It's just about timing, and I have a feeling it might not quite pan out for this one. And that's okay. Okay. I wanted to spend 12 days cleaning and decluttering. Nowadays, I'm simply just trying to do a little bit of cleaning every day. I previously had the kind of work schedule that meant I was out all day or working from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep. Like, that was work. The only way I could get myself to clean was to schedule an entire day to do it. And it always felt huge and overwhelming and awful. I don't want huge, overwhelming and awful. I want nice, easy, simple. And I found that, if I just pick up a couple of things a day, if I set myself regular times to do little bits of cleaning tasks, I'm breaking them down easier and I'm getting more done, and it's a lot more fun. It's not fun, but it's more fun than the miserable, do the entire thing in one sweep or else you're a failure that I had set up for myself previously, so win. The other goal I'm altering a tad is my goal to sightseeing every day. I altered this one after 1 month. I realised, yes, I was sightseeing every day, but I was rushing it. And I wasn't really having a metric for if I was improving or not, because I would just, right before I went to bed, I would search up sheet music, just sheet music, and I'd read the first thing I saw, and then I wouldn't give a shit about whether it was right or not, and I would go to sleep. And that wasn't helping me at all. So I changed it to sight reading, and I was doing okay for a couple of days, but then I did exactly the same thing with piano instead of singing. And I'm like, okay, well, the goal is to do this to improve my reading skills and my music skills. Why don't we just change it to practice music every day? And if it ends up being that I'm reading new music that I've never encountered before and playing that, that's great. But if I end up playing something by ear, that's also great. If I end up playing something from memory, that's fine too. If I just sing scales over and over again, it's all still positive improvement, and I want to encourage that. So I've just broadened this goal. I think with the broadened goal, I'm very proud of what I do. I did have a chunk of days where I didn't do anything, but if the trend is me trying to do something every day and 1 or 2 days I miss it, so be it. Same goes for my exercise goal. I did miss about a month. Not super proud of that, but quarantine blues. Yeah, I'm trying, and now I've just decided that, look, I previously got a lot of incidental exercise from my job. I don't have that job anymore, so now I'm trying to do at least half an hour of exercise a day. If I miss a day, no big deal. I'm still going to count it as a win if I try and pick up after dropping the ball, and sorry, that was an unintentional pun. I wish it was intentional. no, sports is, this is why we do dance classes and not sports, because I'm very good at dropping the ball. Yeah, what was I saying? Train of thought. Left the station. I was previously doing a minute to maybe 5 minutes of exercise a day for this challenge, and that was great when I was getting all the incidental exercise. That was about making a choice to move my body as opposed to relying solely on incidental exercise. But now I don't have that incidental exercise anymore, so 1 to 5 minutes isn't necessarily going to cut it. So I'm aiming for half an hour, but if I don't get it, a walk around the block for 5 minutes is better than nothing. But I'm shifting my aim to make this a little harder, but also a little more lenient. And then there's the big boy. Take a day off every week. I was doing pretty badly at this, and not just because I was not actually taking a day off when I was supposed to. I wasn't, but also because I wasn't recording the days I did take off, so I didn't actually know how well or badly I was doing with this in a measurable, specific way. And that's the idea of setting these goals, right? They're meant to be specific and measurable, so I know what the heck I'm doing and I can sort of track my progress, right? Nowadays I've decided to step away from that for this goal. I'm, instead of trying to take off a whole day every week where I don't do housework, I don't answer emails, I don't talk about work. That's really, really hard for me. I'm such a work-minded person. I love the work I do sometimes, not like the waiting tables I used to do, but my creative work, I love it. I just want to talk about it all the time. And I've decided that doing that on my days off is okay. I'm trying to take a bit of a weekend where I basically don't commit myself to work hours, but if they happen, it's fine. I'm trying to be flexible. The main thing I need to do is take recreation time every day, take social time every day, rest. Because I wasn't doing that. Previously, even if I did take a whole day a week off, I would spend the other 6 days working from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep. That wasn't healthy. I think what I'm doing now is healthier. Even if it isn't quite as measurable or specific, I know really whether I'm getting enough rest or not, and I'm going to be measuring that on a more daily basis as opposed to a very clear numbered basis. I know it goes against what I said in my goal video that I preferred that because it helped me stay on track, but really this isn't about progress, right? The taking time off and rest thing. Rest is not something you can get better. Actually it is. It is something you can get better at. I'm atrocious at rest, but forcing myself into it isn't restful either. What I actually want to do is build a want for rest in myself. Like, I want to feel okay relaxing. And that's hard. And I don't know how necessarily to do that, but I'm trying by just doing a little bit every day. And I think that's a really important next step. Okay, that's fine. So quite a few big changes, and that's okay. The world changes, and thusly so must I. What I have to keep in mind is the reasons behind all of these goals I set, right? Watching 20 seasons of television wasn't about watching 20 seasons of television. It was about giving myself something to do other than work, encouraging myself to have fun, relax, and if I don't quite make it, I think I will, but if I don't, that's okay. And I'm really proud of myself for acknowledging and accepting that. Thank you to the patrons who supported me to make this video. I am glad I could update you all on my life and where things are going. I have more cool, fun stuff coming, so make sure you're subscribed, and I'll chat to you later. Bye. So, how many years, but it happened. And we're here, and I don't know how to feel. I'll work it out. But yeah, that happened. Catch ya.